And I am back. The march is petered out, and then there's another group, which is this direct action group that I was following the other night, and that group is here now. And you know, right now.
What's your? Are you live streaming?
Yeah.
What's your stream?
Malcontentment Tango.
Malcontentment Tango.
Malcontentment Tango.
Mintango?
Malcontentment Tango, like a dance.
Malcontentment Tango.
Yeah. So here, there you go.
Oh, awesome.
They're a little soggy because it was raining earlier.
Like wet paper.
Yeah. But yeah, there you go. Check us out. So most people have left. Most of the car brigade is left. There's still some people in the car brigade, but the direct action group is still here. This is the group that I was following last night, and you know, had their, not that I felt I needed their blessing, and that's probably not the right word, but they're comfortable with me documenting what they're doing. So right now, if I steal the funky scale again, it's still like a 3. If that, it's like a 2 or a 3. You know, right now there's just some people in the street. Some of them pulled out. And I know that there was some debate going on and kind of what to do, what they were going to do next. And so I was like, well, let me reset the poll. And man, did I over tighten the bottom lock in this thing? It like took everything I had to get that turned. So I mean, join us. Now is the time. So I'm kind of under impression we're going to be playing a game of cat and mouse here. If you would like to join us, now is the time. I'm just making sure my press badges are visible. Fun cameras wiggling around, it's just because I'm prepping up. I really hope that they're moving back in the direction. I would presume that's the plan, that they're going to move back in the direction of Cap Hill. But we will see. Y'all whiners about masks. I've been wearing an N95 and then a cloth over it since what? Since 5 o'clock. And running and hoofing. It stopped raining. There's a couple little drops. Again, it was weird. It wasn't supposed to rain today, but it did. I know there's some direct action people here. A couple of them had talked to me. If you were on the earlier feed, you know, they were just communicating their appreciation of, you know, telling their story, but just showing it in a way that is safe for everyone involved, because that's ultimately the goal, is just to communicate the story.
I mean, if you get arrested, that's the trust. Getting arrested, tell us.
Hey there, puppers. There's the puppers. I don't want to sneak up on the puppers. I want the puppers to turn his head. Puppers.
Once
Hey.
upon a time, not long ago, I was and I'm admitting it.
All right, so when you know, when the music starts, I have to start talking because I don't want to get the stream knocked off. Actually, I'm already dealing with, on not the stream knocked off, but on Facebook, on YouTube. They flagged a video from yesterday. Malcontent Tango.
Oh, you are? Okay, great.
Yeah, yeah.
I used to watch, or I watch you when I'm home and not out.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is you. Awesome.
Yeah.
Out here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it looks like they're marching in like the, so I don't know if this is.
Hey, wait up!
Yo! Slow it down!
Pause! Booty cheek! Booty cheek!
All right, I'm guessing this is the direct action group. However, they're not marching in the direction I was hoping they were going to march. So,
We've done that, but if he follows us, we gotta stop him. No, red mask right there. Red mask right there is one he assaulted. Take it off, you're done.
yeah, we're. Are you heading back to kind of where we started, or?
Cal. Back to
Oh, you're
East
heading back to
Precinct,
Cal.
yeah.
All right, good. Okay, then I'll rock with you guys because that's where I got to head back anyway. You just guys were starting to walk this way, so I'm just like, oh, which way are you guys going? So, all right.
I don't know. We're starting to march.
Yeah, but you'll eventually get back to Cal, so.
At some point.
Yep.
I don't know where we're going right now.
They always try to get up and riot here. Like that's kind of the game. Come on. And I know that I totally
So you're basically going to see 3 different flavors of protests tonight. And I am just, you know, I'm just going to report it as it is, so. One thing I say, if you're going to follow this group, you got to be in shape. They move fast.
All
Don't need that, but
I mean, ultimately, if their ultimate destination is, I'd be going this way anyway. That's the bottom line. So, last night there was some conversations with the organizers. This group is pretty sensitive on being filmed. And this is where I like pole cam.
I don't know shit! 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 I don't know shit!
And this ultimately is a very different group.
I just have my
hold on.
So again, when the music's playing, I'm going to talk over the music just to keep things so I can at least say, hey, I'm reporting a story and not pretending I'm disc jockey. So
If you care about racial justice in this country, do not record us. I think we're done though.
I've been told it was okay, and I'm not pointing in your direction. All right.
Respectfully, we're asking you to leave.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, there you go. So I guess ultimately what I can do is I'll walk behind the car brigade, and I'm gonna lower the boom, so to speak, and I will walk behind the car brigade. You know, and at the end of the day, if they're not going to have people record, it ultimately, you know, doesn't help their cause.
Take your camera down, that'd be fun.
Well, ultimately, that's just what I'll do. I mean, I have to walk this way, so. And then, you know, the ultimate problem actually from following behind is that it reveals the license plates on the car brigade. So I kind of don't know what to do at this point, to be honest, because this is the direction I need to walk anyway. Well, you know, why can't we see what they're doing? Well, I think it's pretty obvious, right? So, I mean, ultimately, I don't know what to do. I think what I can do, best case here, is just, you know, I'll keep a block back. It's kind of, you know, ridiculous at that point. What I suspect is going to happen is, you know, SPD is going to show up. You know, the complaints will start coming in. You can go back to the stream last night when I was with this group, and you know, they were committing acts of civil disobedience, and they were fine that I was there, and, you know, kept the distance. Turned the camera when stuff was going on. You know, ultimately, it is what it is, I guess. So, it actually looks like they're turning into a different direction. And if that's the case, I'm probably just going to go ultimately the way that I was planning to go, because now it looks like they're off my route. And I'm actually just I'm just checking the map here. Just bear with me. I think what I could probably do, I'm like pegging out a route that I can go. Yeah, I think if I just head down this street, they've completely cleared the corner. So now I can pick up the pace and just see which way they went. GPS, I think, actually wants me to turn right in the direction they just turned, but I have an alternate route. You know, the direct action crew, right, it's complicated. There was an individual I was talking to last night, you know, when somebody was asking them, you know, what are they hoping for? What are they trying to accomplish? And I think he spoke pretty articulately to the group. You know, they're younger people. They're mad at the world, and rightly so. And, you know, their feeling is they should rattle the cages some more, so to speak. Just dipping it down because I'm in trees. I have no car brigade, so now I'm a little bit, you know, now the funky factor is like a 4. And that's the weird thing. funky factor. People who aren't here when there's large groups of protests going on. Yeah, see, they turned. They're to my right. I'm just going to keep going. I'm on the sidewalk, there's trees. That's why the pole's pointing at the ground. All right. Oh. I hear sirens, but it looks like they're moving away. Anyway, there was a guy talking yesterday, you know, and I think he summarized it, you know. And what's interesting is they're very organized. Like, one of the things I observed yesterday is they are super organized. In how they kind of move as a group, and some of their tactics. On the other side of the coin, yeah, see, I can hear them yelling. I just actually want to make sure they're not coming back because it's kind of getting louder. Yeah, there's cars coming from the other way, so I think, I don't know if just the sound's carrying or whatever. Oh, I can see those antennas from my house, literally. Well, this is what I think I'm probably going to do. I'm going to go this way and I'll keep the stream going. I'm going to point the camera down. And then I'm just going to yak while I'm walking, and I'll get back to what I was talking about earlier. So what I was saying is, like, now the funky factor is like a 4. It has necessarily nothing to do with alt-right protesters or police. Seattle has a major drug, alcohol, mental health, untreated mental health issues, massive problems. And you know, people just get randomly hammered on the street, basically. And the problem is pretty complex because it goes a lot further than just the SPD or what the city does or doesn't do. And a lot of the problems are in the prosecutor's office, and a lot of the problems are because of mismanagement in the city of Seattle and the money they have. The city is, I haven't talked about this for a while, and this is an issue I'm really passionate about. The city of Seattle, well, back that up. I always say Seattle, and then I'm like, no, back it up. And about $100 per homeless person in King County per year. Just kind of let that sink in. King County, I'm going to say it again because it's like, it's such an unbelievable number. But according to the Puget Sound Business Journal, they estimate that King County spends about $1 billion on homelessness a year. Last count was 12,000. So I did the math, it's right, because it went from 10,000 to 12,000, 10,000 nice even 100,000. This is about $85,000 per homeless person. And if you're like me, you're probably stopping right now going, wait a minute, whoa. $85,000 a person. Yeah. Like, they spend that, yeah. Why are there homeless people? Yeah. And I get that it's complicated, right? If you have somebody that's extremely mentally ill, extremely drug addicted, or extremely alcohol addicted, they're in a place mentally where it's not even like, oh, be the good little obedient. That's not what I mean by live by society's rules. I've worked with homeless, and it was so frustrating, I kind of threw in the towel. Example I could give. We provided facilities to, you know, go to the bathroom, wash their hands, blah, blah, and they would still and store it in their tents. Because, you know, they don't trust the porta potty, or, well, I saw somebody a little weird there. And this ties into PTSD and anxiety and mental illness and drug dealing and alcoholism, right? It all ties back to that. And then some of them who are older or in poorer health are just like, the bathroom's 100 yards away. If I wake up 3 in the morning, I got to go to the bathroom, I'm freaking going to piss myself before I get to the you know, the facilities. So I just pee in a jug. That isn't what frustrated me to the point it's like I give up, but it's just a small example, right? When I was working, there were 24 people. We negotiated with the city of Everett and Snohomish County. We got housing for all 24 of those people. And I thought that was a big win. And 22 of those 24 were back on the street within 30 days. You know, let that sink in again. Some of it was just, some of the problems that happened were, oh, I know where I am now. Some of the problems that happened were because the rules where they went were kind of ridiculous. I don't know, people are like, you gotta follow the rules. The rules were ridiculous. If you set up rules to treat people like children, people are gonna rebel. In other cases, they totally screwed up. In some other cases, they couldn't handle it. They just preferred being on the street. And a couple of them were just dirtballs. You know, there was, and then there was one couple, they were told they had to get rid of their dog. And they're like, no. Well, SPD, if anybody's watching the stream, I just saw a couple SPD police vehicles turn in the end of the day, I don't know where they are at this point. I presume I'm walking oh, okay, I am. Oh, I totally know where I am now. I'm like really at Cap Hill. And SPD is, that's not SPD that you're hearing there, but SPD is blocking the road. They're about a block up from where I am. I don't know if they're blocking the road. SPD just might be doing SPD things. Trying to see a sign where I'm at. Those are just regular cyclists that went by. Anyway, there we go. 14th. Holding a thing in my hair. I'm at 14th and East Pike, basically. I'm at 14th and East Pike. There's some SPD activity basically right at this intersection. So anyway, big long explanation. Kind of a little rambly, sorry. But this is why when I'm just kind of walking around at this time of night by myself, that I'm like, okay, funky scale is like 4. Because of these unaddressed issues. And that's part of what fuels the anger here. And I don't care what your stripes are. If you're political left or political right, I think you should be outraged that this city is collecting, or collecting in taxes and then spending. I said city again, county, King County, because it's city and county combined. $1 billion. And I mean, it's not moving the needle at all. And it's just such a screwed up, broken system. I think most people would agree with that. I totally know where I am now. I'm basically back to the East Precinct. Oh, I can hear them. They're in the distance, but I can hear them. They are behind me and to my left. So it makes sense that I've moved a lot faster. And now I kind of don't know what to do, because I know they're going to come to East Precinct, because they're going to want to, that's part of the cat and mouse game. Of course, me standing there, because I still want to be able to film and work with that group. There's a story to be told, but the optics are going to look terrible. And they're not going to care about the optics, right? Then it's just going to be, see, he works for the cops. He was waiting for us there. And I was like, well, you told me I couldn't walk with, right? But it's not going to be looked that way. It's just going to be like, well, you told me I couldn't walk with you. You told me you couldn't film. So I walked a different route. You guys are walking kind of boom, boom, boom stuff. And I just walked. So of course I got here. And I don't need a degree in brain surgery to kind of figure out that you're eventually going to come down here to East Precinct. And I'm not saying I know anything. It just seems this is the logical destination because of what the East Precinct represents. So I guess ultimately what I could do is see if SPD is hardening anything over here. And again, the only reason the camera's pointing down at the ground display is because I'm walking, I'm on the sidewalk, there's a lot of trees and stuff. Feels a little hard to manage the pole. But it was very, very clear there was no arguing with them. And I didn't have anybody say his back up there for me, so. Well, this is an interesting sign. And it's not going out of business. If you get that joke, you're a millennial. So, I don't know what this sign's about. There's a road closed sign ahead. I know cyclists hate when things like the road closed signs are put in the bike lanes. And the road closed sign is just smacked in the bike lane. And there was a time that I was just like, shut up, but I kind of get it now. There should be another sign that says bike lanes closed. So it's all quiet on the Western Front, or the Eastern Front, I guess we would say. I'm sending you to the Western Front. Oh my goodness. If you've been keeping score on time, I haven't done a bathroom break, and it's just kind of starting to hit me now. Malcontent needs a bathroom. This is one of the problems with COVID. There's like no bathrooms. This is why when people, you want water? You want water? It's like, I'll be doing some civil disobedience if I drink some water. I'm pole camming here because I've pole cam here before and I kind of know how to navigate the treesy obstacle course. And I guess what I'll do is I'll set up where I set up yesterday. People will be like, why are you pee dancing? It's like, because I have to pee. And I can put in another shameless plug. To Dirty Dog. DirtyDogHotDog.com. There's some good hot dogs. Is the couch still here? The couch is still here. It's like, what is this couch here for? It's so weird. All right. We do another malcontent chat. Why not? Let me move another way so you don't have the anointed one effect with the light. We'll just see what happens. Give me a second here. Come on. Cut me some slack, Jack. Oh, holy shit, do I have to pee? I really, I might end up doing a act of civil disobedience here. I'm literally jumping up and down. All right, I have to keep walking. Oh my God. Things are all tangled up. Bear with me here. I'm so totally pee dancing.